respected principal, headmaster, esteemed teachers, and my dear fellow mates. Welcome to our Open Innovative Insight Talk, a gathering that signifies the intersection of diversity, experience, and education. Today, we embark on a journey that transcends the confines of conventional learning, where the voices of our student community resonate with wisdom, authenticity, and hope. At the heart of our discussion lies on the concept of C-learning, framework that embodies social, emotional, and ethical learning. It is a model that goes beyond the traditional academics, recognizing the holistic development of individuals within our educational ecosystem. As we delve into the impact of C-learning, we invite the students from various backgrounds to share their personal narratives, each one a testament to the transformative power of education. But today is more than just a platform for storytelling. It is a call to action. It is an opportunity for us to listen, reflect, and act upon the insights shared by our peers. Through their experience, we gain a deeper understanding of challenges and achievements within our school community, paving the way for meaningful change and improvement. Moreover, the significance of such talk extends far beyond the confines of this auditorium. They serve as a medium for systemic change, igniting conversation and initiative that enhance the educational experience for all. By fostering an environment where every voice is heard and valued, we sow the seeds for a more inclusive, empathetic, and empowered school culture. This segment of English Month is something very new, which provides an opportunity to students to express their feeling and insight in innovative manners. It presents a unique opportunity for students to articulate their thoughts and insight in a manners that both is innovative and introspective. So, as we embark on this journey to introspection and inspiration, let us embrace the richness of diversity, the power of shared experience, and the promise of collective actions. Welcome to our day of enlightenment, power, and endless possibilities. Together, let us explore the boundless outlook of education and envision a brighter future for generations to come. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to Ms. Nam Dumala. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So now we are going to commence with our main event, where each individual will share their experiences and insights in an innovative manner. First, we have Ms. Tenzin Somoyima from Class 9B, who will share her experiences as a Tibetan American student studying in a Tibetan school.
Good evening, esteemed staff and fellow students. My name is Tenzin Somonima, and I stand in front of you today to share my experience here in TCV Gopalpur and as a Tibetan American in honor of English Month. I am Tibetan, although I cannot speak my language very well, and I'm also from America. I was born in New York City. But when I was very young, my family and I moved to another city. From privilege, I came to India for many reasons. To ultimately preserve my culture, and to also learn and experience things I cannot in America, and to mature as a person. In America, I had a different personality and outlook in life. I was lazy and spoiled, and I refused to attend classes. I was aware of the wrongness of my actions, but in my insolence, I didn't care. But since coming to Gopalpur, it has been the first time in 2 or 3 years where I have been attending school for a full week. I want to emphasize to you students how lucky you are to attend a school who has the same morals and values and comes from the same place and practices the same faith and religion as you. I want you all, teachers and students alike, to be grateful, to be given the space to speak in your own language and still be understood, although for the duration of this English month, we all have to speak English. And also to share cultures and backgrounds with all your fellow classmates and workmates. I, of course, miss my family and friends, but I'm realizing that I'm slowly making my own circle of people I can trust, family and friends alike. It's been hard leaving my life behind, but I remind myself every day that plenty of students have sacrificed even more to study here, and that inspires me to keep going. And before I exit the stage, I want to thank the principal and the English department for letting me have a space to share my voice and to recount my experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tenzin Somoyimala, for this insightful talk. Next, we have Vincent Chimba, who despite his tender age, has embraced the opportunity to share experience with us all.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tenzin Chimba, and today I am going to share you all about my experience in the school. At first, I was a bit scared about coming in the school as it is very far from my home. At my old school, I was very poor at sports and was weak at maths. I was very weak at that time. I came here at class 6. I met many friends, learned many new things and made a hobby of reading books. When I lose my hope about doing something, my friends always cheer me up, so I won't give up. As I reflect my journey in TCV Gopalpur, I can see lots of changes within me. As I am actively participate in sports compared to my old school, I can see lots of changes. Now I realize the importance of physical activities which can boost our energy or can motivate us to become an all-rounder. One of my most favorite part of school is most of the students are engaged in book reading. It truly inspires me to read books and search for some new knowledge. I am really thankful to the school and the children for making me a better person. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Chimba, for this beautiful talk. Now we welcome Ms. Tenzin Somoyimala to share her wisdom with us. That includes the
A very pleasant evening to all present, esteemed principal and headmaster, legacy and a purpose. It is imperative that we take a moment to reflect what the state our world has befallen to. Today, I'll be sharing my experience, which I think has become quite prevalent in the younger generation, especially in schools like ours. I'll be talking about how social media's beauty standards affect individuals' mental health, especially the younger generation. Did you know Snapchat dysmorphia is a thing? It's the term for when people change their face with surgery to resemble their digitally altered faces. Quite perfect, right? However, concerningly, it's becoming quite increasingly common in young adults these days. These days, all over social media, all we see is content posted by young adults or soon-to-be adults, which show their successful and glamorous life through posts and pictures, which makes us yearn for these unhealthy beauty standards and sometimes even lose sight of ourselves, and a few times even blur the line between fit and fanatical. However, in the end of the day, not all hope is lost, and there is still a huge range of influencers who are more than willing to encourage young teens to develop their self-esteem and build their confidence and say it's okay to not be flawless and it's okay to not be perfect, because these beauty standards will change over time, as they have always done countlessly in the past decades, as these standards have been created by none other than ourselves. What the irony here that I find and feel funny about is that how we declare ourselves as part of the rapidly developing technological advancement era, when the actual advancement that we should be doing is in our hearts and in our mindset and the way we think. As His Holiness quotes, and I repeat, this is the time where there is nothing in the room but much in the window, which just emphasizes on how we have lost sight of our inner moral values and have instead been focusing on the outer beauty features and beauty standards, like the way we dress, the way we look, the way we eat, and sometimes even the way we think. Yes, sometimes even the way we think's freedom has been taken away as we get overwhelmed by these thoughts of how society will perceive us and look down upon us. These days, it is quite common to see young children of tender age, like the age of 13, to want to reach the age of 21 or somewhere near, because honestly, it's not our fault. What do you even see when you scroll through social media these days? All you see is those posts by soon-to-be adults or adults posting their life through pictures, and we never get to see their dark sides. We never get to see their unhappy moments when they're seeking the comfort of their parents and wish to be young again. Because when you're young and when you make a mistake, the blame is on the parents and whoever gets the responsibility. But when you're an adult, you are responsible for your own mistakes. That's why when you're 13, you may want to be 21, but when you're 21, you want to go back to your old 13-year-old past self and say that it's okay to not be flawless and it's okay to not be perfect. Because life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, it's thunder and storms too. But that's what makes nature nature, and that's what makes nature so enthralling to look at. I hope my speech and my experience today has been of some use and you have been able to learn something from me tonight. I thank everyone who has contributed and given me this opportunity to share my thoughts, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Ms. Tintin Sambalang, for your enlightening work of art to open our minds. Moving on, we have Ms. Jabin Hazumla, who will speak on her experiences as a student of TCB Gopal Group.
Good evening to all, respected principal, teachers, and all my dear fellow brothers and sisters. Today, I, Dample Lanzong of class 7B, would like to share you my experience that I gained when I was in this school. When I first came here in this school, I had a lot of mixed emotions going on. I was scared, excited, curious, and many other things. And I was scared thinking that I had no friends and even how our teacher will teach. Even I was excited to gain new knowledges from our teachers and my dear classmates. After a few days, I was very happy that how the day passed, I did not know. I did not know because everyone was cooperating with me. My foster mother taught me to do chores. I did learn some prayers. My foster mother is very patient and kind to everyone. And even my roommates were there whenever I need any help. They were super kind, caring, and friendly with me. One of our roommates, she's like my sister, named Kusam. She always read in a storybook. Every single time, every single day, she read in a storybook. I thought that I had to improve my reading. So I've learned from her how to read. I have also noticed that our teachers have a very attentive, caring, and understanding. I'm very lucky to receive this kind of teachers. I want to take this moment to thank all of our teachers for my new knowledges that I gained from you all. I would like to share that my previous school and this school have a big difference. Here we have more activities and a various type of programs. My Tibetan and English language gradually improved by speaking with you all. Day by day I was learning new things like sports, activities, and many other things that I haven't been in my previous school. The most important thing that I saw in this school is sea learning. Sea learning is the most important thing and that we can see humanity. So sea learning is the most important thing we have to learn. I'm very grateful to be a part of this school because we had such a beautiful environment and a peaceful place to study. So having this opportunity to be in this school is my privilege. At the end, I want to thank all of you for your patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jamila Zulam, for sharing your amazing experience with us. It is truly heartwarming to know your thoughts. Now let us welcome to the stage Ms. Doje Bamula, who has a valuable experience to impart.
Good evening to my teachers and my dear fellow friends. First of all, I would like to share my experience in Tisvika Balur till now. First, when I came here, I didn't know any rules about class or home. My sister told me about the rules. I was very clueless, and I slowly started to settle in the new environment. I was also able to do house chores by myself. I made new friends, homemates, and classmates. They were as close as my siblings. This school and my previous school has lots of difference. Like if we talk about the environment, this school is wider, more beautiful, more peaceful, and more enchanting. Since I've been in two other schools, this school is the best school I've ever been so far. This school is my third school and known as my second home. Here, I noticed that teacher and students are as close as friends. Teacher teaches so well and gives love so tenderly. The favorite thing I noticed is that there is a practice called sea learning. It is teach about When I first here, I couldn't speak Tibetan well because in my previous school, Shangali, which is in Tuting, most of the students used to talk in Hindi or English. So my mom sent me to TCV school to learn Tibetan language. In that particular day, I can't speak Tibetan well, but now I can see lots of changes within me. Now I can speak Tibetan well. Now I can also realize the importance of our own culture. One of the best things I've done so far is I taught Tibetan language to my parents and my siblings back in today. Now you might be surprised or shocked when I say I taught Tibetan language to my parents, but that is because Tuting is a small village which is isolated from other Tibetan community. People in Tuting are not aware about our culture. As we are Tibetan, we have duty to preserve and promote our own culture and language. I was able to do this because of TCV School Gopalpur, who gave me lots of new information about culture and language. So I sincerely thank you to all the teachers and staff in this school. Special thanks for our principal and English department who gave me opportunity to share my experience with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Doje Bomala, for this wonderful talk. Taking the stage next, we have Ms. Tashi Azumla, who will share a deeply rooted experience of studying in different schools.
Good evening to one and all present here. Today I, Tashi Yonsum of Class 12C, stand before you to share my experiences in a new school environment and also my past educational experiences. Just for information, I joined TCV Gopalpur last year and it is my first time at a Tibetan school. Before joining TCV, I did my primary school from the Doon Girls School, Dehradun, and then my middle school from Winebagal, Mussoorie. Today, I'm here, as I said, to share my experiences with you, as my experiences and your experiences are totally different, be it in cuisine, friends, academics, or lifestyle in general. I'll be doing so by comparing the behaviors that I personally have noticed in the students of each school. So let us explore the beauty of embracing our mistakes and weaknesses as stepping stones to our progress. My first point of the day is basic manners or etiquettes. Basic manners are very important, and some people even view these as the first criteria or the basic criteria needed to enter into the real world. It is from my point of view that I say this, but I feel like the students of our school lack basic manners such as covering your nose while sneezing, chewing with your mouth closed, or even listening to others while they talk. We might personally not think much of these inside the school, but people from outside the school view these as the first step towards entering the society. It is really important, especially during college interviews and job interviews. Now, I would like to move on to my second point, that is ignorance or indifference. The level of indifference in our school is so high that people almost seem to forget that taunting and humiliating others is bad. In my previous schools, we had students of all cultural backgrounds, such as British, Nigerian, and even Korean, and yet I witnessed cultural appropriation and racism first when I came into the school. Another thing that I have noticed is that there is a lot of hypocrisy. I personally don't know about the boys, but this is something that I have noticed a lot in the girls. They tend to show one face to the hostel warden, another to the subject teachers, and then another to their peers. I would like to remind all of you that wherever you are and who you are, to always be true to yourself. But what really shocks me in the end, and at the end of the day, is that the level of ignorance there is in people, students of our school, regarding the important aspects of their life, such as ignorance towards the future, ignorance towards the culture, and even ignorance towards their ambition. Which brings me to my third point, that is, students of our school lack ambition and have no aim or motivation in general. Lack of motivation can limit one's potential for success. To have an ambition, especially in the youngsters, there needs to be an inspiration. So let us, seniors of the school, be an inspiration to them. The reason why I'm focusing so much on ambition is because ambition is something that can impact one's critical thinking and the ability to develop their mind. I have learned from a young age that to achieve something, you must learn how to manage it first. In the words of my third grade classroom teacher, life is all about balance. There's a time and place for everything. But from my perspective, I think that the students of our school seem to get it all jumbled up, as they sleep during classes, eat in the library, and read at a time where one is supposed to be asleep. My batchmates for the 10th ICSE examinations, or the toppers as you would say, had a 99.2%, 98.4%, and a 98%. And these are all people that don't need to work as hard as they did, as even if they fail, they'll have their family businesses and multi-million-dollar empires to support them. Meanwhile, comparing our students to those students, I would say that those are the people that have nothing to lose, even if they fail, while we, as students of TCV, as students of refuge, have everything to lose and have everything bet on the line, and yet the students of our school get happy, and sometimes more than happy, to get a 75% and above. I would say that consistency is the key. These are not the words of myself, as I didn't score a 99.2%, but the words of my friends and batchmates who did. In their time schedule, they had fixed hours for study and another fixed hours for their interests. But at the end of the day, what I would say the students of our school are far better at than the students of my previous school is that we, as students of TCV, are way more self-reliant. We are independent and can rely on ourselves for every aspect of our life. I remember last year when I first joined that the seniors of my hostel were amazed and shocked by the fact that I didn't know how to perform the basic tasks such as mopping, doing the dishes, or even washing my own clothes. They often asked me about how I had survived in this cutthroat world until now without knowing how to perform the basic tasks. At the end of my talk, I would like all of you to remember who we are and where we are, especially knowing the fact that who we are and where we are is all because of His Holiness. It is due to His Holiness's patronage that we have all these wonderful facilities in front of us and for us to use. So I would like all of you to realize and know that these facilities, you can't just get these facilities anywhere, so please utilize them properly and wisely. Now that my talk has come to an end, some of you might think that I'm criticizing the school or the system. I would say that I am criticizing Not the school, but rather its residents, its students, us. As wherever we go, we must remember that we carry the name of our school wherever we go. So please, act wisely. Now, I would like to end my talk with a quotation from Confucius. Education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. Thank you and have a nice day.
Ms. Tashi Amrita. Moving on, we have Ms. Yashvi, who will share her unique perspective with us, which is deeply rooted to the sea learning.
Good evening, everyone present in this auditorium. Today, Yashvi from class 10D is going to deliver a speech on lifelong learning, relating it with sea learning and sharing some of my experience with you. Learning is not just something we do in formal education, but it continues throughout our life. Sea learning or self-directed education is a valuable approach of learning that puts an individual to learn from their own learning journey. It's about taking ownership of learning experience. Sea learning aligns well with Indian culture as it emphasizes individuals' responsibility toward their own learning journey. This mirrors the belief on self-motivation, self-discipline, and self-awareness, which are integrated part of Indian philosophers and in religions like Buddhism and Hinduism. By embracing sea learning, individuals in India can take control of their own lifelong journey. So let us embrace sea learning as a way to honor our heritage and a way to find a bright future. For me, sea learning has not only impacted me but has also shifted my perspective in numerous ways. Sea learning has encouraged me to question assumptions and challenge my own beliefs and embrace new ideas with an open mind. It has broadened my horizons, allowing me to appreciate diversity. Overall, sea learning has not only enriched my knowledge but has also transformed the way I see the world around me. So at last, as the saying says, sea learning is a key that unlocks the endless possibility of doors, guiding us as a self-transformation and discovery. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yashvi, for your lovely talk. It is indeed lovely to exposure you gained. Taking this opportunity, let us welcome Ms. Tenzin Somula to the stage, who is prepared to share her valuable experiences as a student who always believed in herself to challenge and keep the momentum of being a well-rounded student.
Good evening, respected teachers and my fellow students. Today I'm going to speak about my past experience of being a top scorer and how I have overcome the hindrances that comes my way. Firstly, my name is Tenzin Somo and I'm 14 years old. My grades had not always been good. When I was in class 5, I was an above average student, but when I reached grade 6, I realized the significance of education. From that point onwards, I made up my mind to be more attentive in class, and I started to understand better what the teacher was teaching. By that, my interest in learning grew, and I became the top scorer of my class that year. By class 7, I became a persistent and a punctual student, and I felt determined to learn. Over the years, my learning strategies changed. For instance, I used to read less and write more, but now I'm doing it in the other way around. Moreover, I used to study when the exams are close, but now I study many days and weeks before the exam, as I've come to know that studying on a regular basis is essential. While studying, I've sacrificed some things, such as phone and sleep, because I knew in my mind that nothing comes before studying. Sometimes I would get swayed by people's opinions but without giving in, I kept on studying, and as the years rolled by, studying became easier for me as I became more familiar with the obstacles and hindrances. When I reflect on my own journey, I don't think that it has been easy for me, but now I believe that I've done the right thing and I feel proud of myself. So, the ultimate message that I want to convey to you is that education is very important, and if it wasn't with the firm endurance and the unwavering perseverance, I would not have come till here. And as you might already know this great saying, that education is the tool to change the world. Last but not least, I would like to thank the school principal, headmasters, and the English department for letting me share my experience with you. And I hope that you have learned something new tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Tenzin Somala, for your illuminating talk. Now we would like to request our school principal for a few words of inspiration and feedback regarding today.
And the English department for bringing such a beautiful program here. And your witness, it's really very inspiring. When I see these students, you know how joyfully they express